In the glittering world of entertainment, most stories revolve around the spotlight, awards, or scandal. But sometimes the most profound tales of devotion happen far from cameras and red carpets. The marriage of Jay and Mavis Leno is one such story, a quiet testament to enduring love. For decades, their partnership was marked by shared laughter, mutual respect, and the simple joys of ordinary life. Yet the most challenging chapter of their journey began not with success, but with the slow, heartbreaking decline of Mavis's health. Witnessing someone you love fade every day is a uniquely cruel experience, yet it also reveals the depth of human compassion and resilience. Jay's response to this relentless challenge, his unwavering commitment to care, protect, and nurture, offers a powerful lesson about what love truly means. The beginning of a lifelong bond long before Jay Leno became a household name. He was a struggling comedian navigating the vibrant but unforgiving comedy scene in Los Angeles during the 1970s. On one ordinary night, he met Mavis, a woman whose calm confidence and sharp wit instantly drew his attention. She, in turn, was captivated by his kindness and humor. Their connection was natural and effortless, built on respect and shared values rather than spectacle or ambition. They married in 1980, forging a life that defied the typical Hollywood script. No scandals, no tabloid drama, just a steady partnership grounded in love and understanding. Over the years, Jay often referred to marrying Mavis as the smartest decision he ever made, not knowing then how profoundly that decision would define the meaning of devotion in the years to come. A partnership built on respect, Jay and Mavis's life together was marked by simplicity and mutual respect. Mavis made it clear early on that she did not want children, a choice Jay accepted without question or argument. Their world was quiet and stable, defined by small, meaningful routines, shared meals, long conversations, charity work, and evenings enjoying each other's company. Jay treated her with the same attentiveness and curiosity he would later give his guests on the talk show. Their love did not rely on external validation. It was private, consistent, and deeply human. Even as fame and success entered their lives, their marriage remained grounded. The foundation they built, empathy, humor, and companionship, would prove essential when Mavis's health began to decline and Jay would face challenges that no audience could witness or applaud. Subtle changes, early warnings. At first, the signs of Mavis's decline were small and easy to dismiss. Misplaced objects, forgotten words, repeated questions. Yet Jay noticed his concern grew as the lapses became more frequent and severe. Eventually, a diagnosis confirmed his worst fears. Mavis had major neurocognitive disorder, a severe form of dementia. For anyone else, the news might have been overwhelming, leading to despair or withdrawal. But for Jay, it became a call to action. He understood that the person he had loved for decades was still there, even if her memories and recognition were slipping away. Rather than retreating, Jay prepared himself to shoulder a new role, not just as a husband, but as a full-time caregiver and protector, taking responsibility with love. In early 2024, Jay filed for conservatorship, a legal step that, while impersonal on paper, was for him a deeply personal act of devotion. Mavis had always been fiercely independent and politically active. Now she struggled with basic daily decisions and often failed to recognize familiar faces. Jay's goal was not control. It was to ensure her life remained dignified, safe, and filled with care. From preparing meals to guiding her safely from room to room, he assumed responsibilities that would test anyone's patience and strength. Yet he approached them with love, never resentment. His days became a series of private acts of devotion, small gestures that spoke volumes, holding her hand, carrying her when she was too tired to walk, gently bathing her when she could no longer do so herself. Quiet acts of heroism. Jay's caregiving was not glamorous, nor was it ever meant to be publicized. He described it simply, "This is what love is." Even on days when Mavis woke frightened and disoriented, he refused to show frustration. Instead, he focused on her comfort, speaking to her as if she could still follow every word, holding her hand through moments of fear and ensuring her surroundings were calm and familiar. To maintain a sense of connection, he used memory cards, familiar music, old clothes, and conversations about topics she once loved. These routines, repetitive yet tender, became the scaffolding that kept their bond alive even as her mind slipped away. Jay's humor, patience, and unwavering presence transformed ordinary caregiving into a profound testament to human compassion, preserving connection amid loss. Even as Mavis's personality and memory faded, Jay sought ways to maintain their shared world. He reintroduced familiar rituals from their early years together, from watching old films to reading news articles about politics. He brought her joy in small ways, car rides around town, revisiting favorite memories, or simply sitting quietly holding her hand. Friends who visited often remarked on how Jay had changed. The public figure was still present, but a deeper, quieter strength had emerged. He became a protective anchor, attentive and vigilant, ensuring she never felt unsafe or overwhelmed. His love required constant attention, yet he approached each day with humility and grace, showing that true devotion is as much about presence as it is about action. Love without expectation. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of Jay's dedication is his refusal to make the situation about himself. He never sought sympathy or headlines. The story of a man caring for his wife through dementia was not a public performance. It was a private act of fidelity and compassion. While the world might associate Jay Leno with television success, comedy, or his impressive car collection, his greatest achievement lies in the quiet, repetitive acts of caregiving that reveal the depth of his character. In a world often obsessed with visibility, his heroism is unseen, performed in living rooms and bedrooms, defined by patience, consistency, and love that refuses to yield even in the face of relentless hardship. Daily devotion, the new normal. Each day brought its own set of challenges. Jay woke early to prepare meals, guided Mavis safely around the house, and ensured her hygiene and comfort. He adapted to her changing needs with creativity and patience, whether carrying her to bed, playing her favorite music, or repeating stories from their past. Even when she could not recognize him or recall shared experiences, he maintained the routines that preserved her dignity and offered moments of familiarity. These were not small acts, they were the embodiment of a lifelong commitment made decades earlier at their wedding altar. Jay's daily devotion illustrates how love in the face of suffering is not grandiose or dramatic, but profoundly human. Finding joy amid heartbreak. Despite the sadness of witnessing Mavis's decline, Jay found ways to bring joy into their lives. He took her on car rides to see familiar sights, watched YouTube, travel, and animal videos together, and played interactive memory games to stimulate her mind. Even simple moments, like showing her a photo of former President Barack Obama and recounting their dinner at the White House, became opportunities to spark recognition and happiness. These small acts of connection highlight a key truth. Love is not only about preserving the past, but also about creating meaningful experiences in the present, no matter how fleeting. Jay's ability to find light within heartbreak exemplifies the resilience of the human spirit, redefining heroism. Jay Leno's story challenges conventional notions of heroism. A hero is not always someone on a stage, in a hospital, or in dramatic circumstances. Sometimes heroism is quiet, cooking dinner for a wife who no longer remembers her favorite meals, holding her hand to calm confusion, or ensuring her comfort and dignity in moments that no one else sees. Jay's heroism is defined by patience, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment, a reflection of the vows he took decades earlier. His life demonstrates that true courage is not always public, but personal. A willingness to stand steadfastly beside someone even when the world has shifted, memories have faded, and the challenges seem insurmountable. Love that endures. Dementia may steal memories, personality, and independence, but it cannot erase the love that forms the foundation of a life shared. Jay's devotion to Mavis demonstrates that love is not contingent on recognition or reciprocity. Even as she forgets faces, names, and experiences, he continues to speak to her, laugh with her, and comfort her. His commitment illustrates a profound truth. Love can endure beyond the limits of memory, beyond the pain of loss, and beyond the challenges that life presents. Jay Leno's greatest achievement is not measured in awards or accolades, but in the steadfast, tender, and relentless love he continues to show to the woman he has cherished for decades. Conclusion: a life of quiet devotion. The story of Jay and Mavis Leno is a reminder that the truest expressions of love are often invisible to the outside world. Fame, fortune, and public recognition pale in comparison to the quiet dedication of a husband who refuses to abandon his wife during the most difficult chapter of her life. Through patience, creativity, and unwavering commitment, Jay has redefined what it means to care for another human being. Their journey is one of heartbreak, resilience, and profound devotion. It teaches that real love is not about grand gestures or applause, but about being present, offering comfort, and standing unwaveringly beside someone even when life becomes unbearably hard. In Jay's unwavering care, we witness love at its most enduring, most human, and most beautiful.